right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High and the proper names in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. I want to say, Call Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash Ma'amaf. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, whom the world ignorantly and willingly call God or Jehovah. Bahashem meaning in the name of. Yahweh Shai meaning he who delivers, whom the world ignorantly and willingly call JC today. I want to give a double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, and another double honor to my elder as well, Ahara One being Sha'ala of the Lions Den camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the 144,000 hopeful elect pushing this truth across the four winds, and to the one-third remnant believers on Yahweh Shem Shai, Shalom, Shalom. Quick lesson put together through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, and I'm ready to be edifying. So this lesson is going to be land backing off of the camp lesson yesterday. And as I stated at camp briefly, I was basically saying that I went to the store to grab a few things before camp yesterday, and it's this Jake in a wheelchair. He only got one leg, and he always in that plaza. A real cool Jake. I had a conversation with him because I seen him playing chess. I wanted to play chess with him. Or whatever the case may be. So that's how the conversation started a few months ago. And I seen him again, but he had this book in his hand. So when I was in the car when I seen him, and I parked, went and grabbed my things out of the store, and I seen the cover of the book, and I wanted to go talk to him and inquire about what he was reading. So when I walked up to him, it was this book called The Way of the Pilgrim. My whole goal for walking up to him was to, prophesy to him, see where his mind was. Old school Jake, he probably like 62 or something like that. So I asked him, I was like, what? I said, so what is the book about? And he was basically telling me this book is about a man that's inquiring on what it means and how to obtain prayer without ceasing, And lo and behold, when I get to camp, the camp lesson was about, praying without ceasing. And this book is called The Way of the Pilgrim, by translated by Olga Savin. And I wanted to get a piece out of this book, that he basically that he asked me, he's like, man, I want to show you something, man. And he said, he gave me the book and told me to read the book, so he could basically break down what he was trying to say. And I understood everything that he was basically trying to say when it comes to praying without ceasing. Praying and hoping and believing that you're going to get what you ask, our Heavenly Father for and his Son. So I'm going to get this part starting it's in the book is page 4, but right here is page 16. And it says not the first part of the paragraph, but the second paragraph. It said, the stars made a sign of the cross over him and began to speak. Thank God, beloved brother, for having awakened in you the irresistible longing to inquire unceasing interior prayer. You must recognize and resist the calling of God. Be at peace and rest assured that until now you have been tested in the cooperation of your will with God's calling, and have been granted to understand that neither the wisdom of this world nor the mere superficial curiosity can attain to the divine illumination of unceasing interior prayer. So that unceasing interior prayer, Yahweh Shem Shai had put in the hearts and the minds of the elect. So those are going to be the ones that call on him until the end. Those are going to be the ones that believe in prayer. How you could be having a bad day or going through something in your life. You say, man, let me go pray. You know what I'm saying? That's because I ain't watching no videos. I ain't praying. So, when stuff happening to you on the spiritual attack, you know what you got to do at that moment. You got to pray. You got to read. You got to fast. So this type of prayer is the prayer that Yahweh Shem Shai has put in the elect. And in the midst of a society where a billion distractions, we are trying to reach and obtain that unceasing interior amount of prayer. But the time gonna come where Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna shut everything up. He's gonna shut everything up, and our only entertainment is gonna be these scriptures and what we see going on outside. And what we see going on outside gonna force us to go back in our hiding places and basically get more of these scriptures. So I'm gonna keep going. And it says, your will with God's calling, and have been granted to understand that neither the wisdom of this world nor merely superficial curiosity can attain to the divine illumination of unceasing interior prayer. On the contrary, it is the humble, simple, it says, it is the humble, simple heart that attains to such prayer. So you have to be humble and in simplicity of heart, seeking Yahweh Shema Shai. So it's only a few people, it's only a few on this earth that can even get close to Yahweh Shema Shai. So as I was talking to him, he was like, in order to be somebody's friend, you have to talk to him, So if you want to be somebody's friend, you have to talk to him. You have to agree with him. You have to commune with him. You have to have some type of relationship with a person to be his friend. And that's how he was basically stating, like, when it comes to God, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, we have to constantly talk to them and pray and, just have conversations with them. People think people see your relationship with the Lord, man, they'll think you schizophrenic, man. You've been did something, said something throughout the day, and the Lord will put a sign right there for you, and it'll make you laugh. And that's just, you be like, Lord, you funny. You know what I'm saying? So there'll be situations to where you be like, man, Lord, you funny. Laughing like you laughing with your friend. And that's a relationship that we have with the Lord, man. So, right. And it says, it is the humble, simple heart that attains to such prayer through poverty of the spirit and a living experience of it. So it is not at all surprising that you heard nothing about the very essence of prayer, nor acquired any knowledge or how to achieve its unceasing activity. So you be going through what it says, poverty. You be going through all type of manifold temptations. You be going through certain things that'll make you and it cause you to bow and pray to Yahweh Shema Shai. And in doing so, you see his power. You see the power of the Lord, which caused you to cleave unto him. And with that being said, I'm gonna get some precepts. Brothers already went through them at camp, but I just wanted to land back, with the precepts off of this book. But this is the book of Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 6. It said, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silent. So right, we day or night, we're not gonna hold our peace when it comes to exalting Yahweh Shema Shai and just basically exalting him, praying to him, fasting to him, crying to him, whatever we need at the moment, whatever emotion we feeling at the moment, we take it straight to Yahweh Shema Shai, basically. So right, we're never gonna hold our peace. And it says, keep not silence. It said, and give him no rest till he establish and until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. And it's spiritual, bro, because, I was always a loner. I'm like a cat. I just come around when I want to come around, but then I need some space. I'm a cat person. I don't too much deal with dogs. I don't really like dogs, because they be all up on you. So the Lord gave me children. You know how your children be bothering a cat all day? I'm like that cat. So the Lord gave me children that real deal, love me. And how they treat me is how I need to be coming to the Lord, basically. Because one of my children, man, I don't want to get into it, but one of my children specifically, the Lord basically have him how I should be towards the Lord. Clingy, crying and wanting them and needing them. Don't even want nothing for real. Just want to be on them, just want to be bound, just want to feel his warmth. just want to be in the spirit, you know. So that's just what it is. So it says, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So Yahweh Shem Shai says, give him no rest. Keep calling on him. Keep praying to him. You know, keep praying and calling and crying. You know, he want to hear from you. He want to hear from his sons. You know, he want to hear from his sons. He got a job to do. He doing his job around the earth. You see it. But he want to hear from his sons, his daughters, and his children. So when it comes down to it, we have to constantly be in Yahweh Shem Shai's ear, give him no rest. And we all, it be like that child that you have, that clingy child, that as soon as they see me, they start crying. They want you to pick them up, and they want you to hold them all around the house. We have to be like that child when it comes to Yahweh Shem Shai. That's how we need to be cleaving to Yahweh Shem Shai, man, when it's all said and done with, you know. I'm go to verse 8, because he's going to establish and make Jerusalem a praise. You know, basically just more backing up the point. Because Yahweh Shem Shai hear our prayer, and he's going to answer our prayers in due times. You know, even prayers that you done forgot that you prayed. It's prayers that you forgot that you prayed, but you walking in that prayer today. You know, I was so low at a point in my life to where I was praying for this, that. And now everything that I prayed for, I got it. You know, and now I'm the prayers that I prayed years after that, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to give it to us, man. He's going to give it. He's going to answer them. And I know that for a fact, just based off of the walk, you know, if it be according to his will. And it says, verse 8, the Lord have sworn by his right hand and by the arm of his strength, surely I will no more give thy corn to be meat for thy enemies, and the sons of the stranger shall not drink thy wine, for the which thou hast labored. So we know the higher, so we're no longer going to be at the bottom. We're no longer going to work for nothing. You know, we're going to enjoy the work of our hands, you know, in the kingdom. You know, we're going to be confident through the midst of Jacob's trouble, you know. So that's just what it is. It's going to be like a movie around you. You're going to be in a movie to where you're seeing everything that's going on. This is like a fourth dimensional movie, 3D. You know, how you had the 3D movies when you sit in the chair, you seen everything. This is going to be a 4D movie. You're going to be in it, and you're going to be seeing everything going on. It ain't going to be touching you. You're going to be like, you invisible. You see what I'm saying? And the times when people do see you, they're going to wish that's going to be the last thing they ever seen again. You know, it'd be Yahweh Shem Shai's will. Because then now I'm a part of this movie. Now it's my scene in the movie that turn up on you. You see what I'm saying? For the heathen, basically, the enemies of the Lord, you know. So, right. But the Lord has sworn, man. He sworn, man. So, he man, when the Lord swear, man, he the only one on this earth that can swear, because he the only one that can stand on it, you know. So, right. You know, knowing that and understanding, praying without ceasing. Pray and don't expect it tomorrow, but Yahweh Shem Shai right on time. Right on time when you need it. Now when the Lord say, all right, I got you right now. Go ahead and go. It was one time, man, I was going through something and it wasn't no other way out. It wasn't no other way out that situation. Plenty of times I was going through something. It wasn't it wasn't no other way out this that situation. You know? I said, Lord, please, I need you to move a mountain for me. And that's when I said in my mind, it's already moved. I said, Lord, I need you to move a mountain for me. Then when I got there, it was a little confusion. Then the Lord moved the mountain. You know, I was just like amazed. I'm like, dang. I'm thinking he finna move the mountain. It's gonna work for me in 3 days. He moved the mountain and it worked for me in 3 minutes. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, thank you, Lord. You see what I'm saying? So, right, this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 16. It says, rejoice evermore, pray without ceasing, and everything give thanks, for this is the will of Yahweh and Hamashiach Yahweh Shai concerning you. So we have to pray without ceasing and give thanks and keep going. While you praying, you can't just sit there in one spot and until the Lord sit there and physically drop your prayer out of the sky. You got to keep working. Keep working, and he going to give you your paycheck when it's time for you to give you your paycheck. He going to answer your prayer when it's time, you know. And it says prayer is good with fasting. So when you fasting when you praying for something, you fasting, you know, Yahweh Shem Shai hears an afflicted soul. You'll see afflicting your soul, seeing how bad you want it, man. You know, so you have to pray without ceasing. You know, because in this life, you know, everybody there fall away from the Lord because their prayers weren't answered because they didn't really believe and trust in the Lord that He would give it to them. So then they become reprobates, falling out the truth, right? And going to try to attain everything that they wanted on themselves. You see what I'm saying? And then they'll see you going through something and then say within their mind, well, let the Lord help him. He trusted in the Lord. Let the Lord help him. You see what I'm saying? So now we praying, like, Lord, I still trust in you. I still believe you, Lord. And I know for a fact that you're going to help me. You know, I'm not even finna let what they saying get to me at this moment, Lord. Y'all about Shem Shai. But I ask you to please just move a mountain for me and help me in this situation. You know, keep working. You know, it's all we can do. But this is the book of Philippians, chapter 4 and verse 6. It says, be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto Yahweh. So, right, we make our requests known to the Lord. We ask for our daily bread. You know, we ask for our daily bread. We come to Him like a father. You ask for what we need, and we're going to receive it in due time. You know, I was always asking, Lord, I just need enough freedom to go to the gym. Can I please go to the gym? I just want to go to the gym and work out, Lord. He made me homeless, so I had to go to the gym to take a shower. Then I go to work. You see what I'm saying? I wake up, go to the gym, take a shower, then go to work, then come right back to the gym. You see what I'm saying? So it got to a point where I ain't had nowhere else to go. You see what I'm saying? So I was thankful. I was thankful for the simple fact that He answered my prayers. And then before the winter came, He allowed me to get a place. You see what I'm saying? So, and during that time when I was homeless, it was a Feast of Tabernacles anyways. You know, it was a Feast of Tabernacles anyways, so it wasn't like I was homeless anyways. So, but it was beautiful, man, because Yahweh Shem Shai, He always come through, you know. And I understood why I was homeless. You see what I'm saying? Why I was going through what I was going through, because of the simple fact that of my sins and iniquities. You know, I mean, one year, man, I had a crazy dream where the Lord basically tell me, and this was before I was in the truth, basically tell me, you keep doing what you're doing, your ass gonna be sleeping outside. I remember it like it was nothing, man. You know, basically kept dealing with women, kept messing with women. Before I was in the truth, I ain't care if she had a boyfriend. Nah, I was just a wicked nigga. You see what I'm saying? And I had this one dream where these 3 big ass dogs was tearing my ass up. And in my dream, I'm always fighting every night or whatever. I be walking, well, not every night, but if some crazy shit happened, it turned to a fight in my dream. But man, these 3 pit bulls was like, they was big like lions, and I was inside a gate. It was a circle, and the gate probably was like 15 feet tall, and it was all around. I'm running, man. Them dogs bite my ass everywhere. I climb up the gate, try to get away from the dog. The dog trying to climb up the gate to bite my ass some more. You see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, damn, what that mean? What that mean? I woke up, my spirit was all over the place the whole day, man. And long story short, I took it as I was disobedient. I took it as I was being disobedient. I was impatient, and I took it as what else? Shit. Damn. Not reluctant. It's another one. I don't know, man. I took it for something. And then that's when, long story short, I started watching Israelite videos, and I started watching all Elder Malcolm videos, you know, shortly after that. But yeah, man. And after the dogs was tearing me up, I seen myself in the next dream. You know how you had 3-4 dreams in the night? I seen myself in the next dream, and I was sleeping outside on the ground, and it was cold as hell, but I was inside a smaller gate. So this gate, the first gate was like 15 feet tall. This gate was like a typical gate on the north side, on the east side, probably like 3-4 feet tall. You see what I'm saying? And this time I heard a whole lot of dogs barking, but they were small dogs, like chihuahuas. And I was laying down asleep, and the gate was open. You know how that gate was open, you gotta close and the latch, but it was cold. I didn't want to move in a dream. And I heard all the dogs finna come in the gate. And I know once they would have came in the gate, all of them would have started biting me. So I heard the dogs coming. They was barking. It sounded like it was a couple hundred dogs. So serious. It sounded like it was a couple hundred dogs, but they was all small. They sounded like chihuahuas, and they was barking. I heard a whole bunch of barks. And I was laying down like, man, get up and close the gate. Get up and close the gate. Get up and close the gate. Because first the big dogs would bite me. Now these dogs when they come in here and bite me. You see what I'm saying? And I got up and closed the gate, and I woke up. And then when I woke up, because the girl who I was dealing with, she had a man, or whatever case may be, I was wicked. She had some thick ass glasses. That whole week, my fucking eyes was hurting so bad, bro. Like, my eyes was hurting so bad. I remember it. And I said, man, I can't fuck with this girl no more. And that was my last time ever messing with her. And that's when I started watching videos and basically came into the truth. But I took it as you only getting one more chance. It's only your only chance before I started really taking it there with you. So after I had those dreams, it caused me to pray to the Lord. But long story short, with how it happened, then my eyes hurting, like it was hard for me to see in one of my eyes. And I got good eyes, and the other eyes were kind of like dim. Like my eyes started hurting. And I knew it was because of her. The demons that she had probably holding her eyes back, trying to hop on me and hold my eyes back. You see what I'm saying? So I left baby alone. But more of the story, man. What was I at? I ain't mean to ramble too much. But basically, man, that's what I was going through that made me start to pray to the Lord. And that's why I felt as if the Lord made me go through what I went through for all the stuff that I was doing, basically. The only reason why I brought that story out is to feel why I believe I had to go homeless, for that couple. You know how when Paul came to the truth, man, Paul had to go through. I'm not Paul. Let me state that. Paul had to, it says, the Lord said, I will show him how great things he must suffer for my name's sake. So, we had to suffer. He had to pay back things. But, after all discomfort, Yahweh Shem Yahshua put us in a better place and grant us ease. He comfort us, after you learn your lesson. Basically still gonna have to pay for it though. But this is the book of Philippians chapter 4 and verse 6. It says, be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto Yahweh. Right. So, pray to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, but just because it get rocky or just because they don't come as fast as you wanted to come, that don't mean get faint-hearted, fall out the truth, say the Lord ain't with you, the Lord ain't dealing with you. Who has God ever helped? Nigga, who has Jesus ever helped? Jesus ain't never helped a soul. Yahweh Shem Yahshua, he answers our prayers all the time. He help us. We understand that we got to go through things, man. We don't take this truth and make this truth of prosperity. And, man, we understand that when you come to serve the Lord, you got to prepare your soul for temptation. You're going to go through things. And we understand that fully. We understand the fight of our faith. We understand all that, the tribulation we got to go through. You might have a good week, your car break down. You see what I'm saying? Your car break down, you just paid your money on rent, you know what I'm saying, or whatever case may be, and you're good. You're good. You're going through it, or whatever case may be. The next thing you know, you're going through it for about 4-5 months, and then now the Lord give you about a 4-week break. You see what I'm saying? You got 4 weeks. You got a 3-4 week break. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and enjoy it. And I'm going to go ahead and give you about 5 more months. You know what I'm saying? So we understand how it go, man, or how the Lord don't allow us to get comfortable in this place. You see what I'm saying? But this is the book of Mark chapter 11 and verse 23. It says, for verily I say unto you that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he said shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he said. And it's crazy. It's crazy. And I ain't saying this I'm nobody special. You see what I'm saying? But when I pray for something and I'm like, man, I got to have more faith. It was so cold at camp one day, man. I forget. I said, before I left camp, I was like, and this why I say we become fools for Yahweh's sake. People think you schizophrenic when you believe on the Lord, man. Man, I said, man, let me put me a little sweater on under this jacket. I ain't putting no sweater on under the jacket. The jacket was thin. Get to camp. It's cold out there at camp. I'm praying. I'm like, Lord, please let that sun just peek out for 5-10 minutes, Lord. Just 10 minutes. I said, just off of that, I said, man, this is practicing. We practicing on healing people. You see what I'm saying? Because Yahweh, he was snapping on the apostles like, man, bro, how long I'm going to have to be with y'all boys? Like, man, you ain't got enough faith in the prayer. That's why you couldn't heal them. And some people, they got to some got to go by fasting. But if you had enough faith If you believe everything that you said, then it would have came to pass. But you ain't got enough faith. So I'm trying to, Lord, please just let that sun peek through them clouds, man. Move them. I'm in my mind trying to move the clouds out the way to try to physically, practice spiritual power in my mind to move the clouds out the way to let that sun peek through. You see what I'm saying? So, lo and behold, I said, man, I got to have more faith because in the time of Jacob's trouble, this is what we actually relying on. We practicing right now. You see what I'm saying? But then lo and behold, I'm like, man, it's all good because, you know, Cali was on fire and there was a cold front on one half. So we all suffering. So it's all good. We all suffering. You know what I'm saying? But moral story, I got to have more faith to practice to when the time comes to use that spiritual power, you're going to really have to not doubt in your heart and believe that the Lord going to deliver you from a situation. So if you want a mountain to be moved, you have to have faith and not doubt in your heart. You have to be fully persuaded in your mind when it comes to Yahweh Shema Shah. Because right, you're gonna be walking in Jacob's trouble. The Lord gonna be talking to you physically. You might physically hear His voice, or He's just gonna talk to you how He talked to you. You're gonna know it's the Lord. So when the time come, when the situation come, you're gonna know He right there with you still. So I'm gonna keep going. It says, therefore I say unto you, what things soever you desire when you pray, believe that you receive them, and you shall have them. So right, man. It was one day, man. I was praying because my car, man, it was messing up. I needed to start a solenoid at that time. And I'm outside the gym, and I ride with this little jump box. It was not jumping the car. So I just got in there, uncovered my head, prayed to the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, like, man, Lord, please allow my car to crank up just enough for me to get home. And at that moment, I shit you not, it rained for 2 seconds. Like it sprinkled on the car, like it rained. Like I heard it hit the top of the car, said, shh, and it stopped raining. I was like, cool. And in my mind, I said, man, all right, cool, that's the Lord. When the rain just hit the car a little bit, I said, all right, that's the Lord. I got out, my shit crunked up. Called all y'all about Shimmy, I shot the water. But when that rain hit the car, in my mind, I felt like that was the Lord telling me, all right, crank it up now. Because it only rained for 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? It only rained for 2 seconds, like rain on the car, sprinkled a little bit on top of the car. I got up, I crank it up, I call out Yahweh Shema, I shot the water. You see what I'm saying? And then immediately a demon want to try to get on your mind and say, nah, man, that was just a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to believe, Verse 23 again says, for verily I say unto you, that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he said shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he said. Therefore I say unto you, what things soever you desire when you pray, believe that you receive them, and ye shall have them. And I can attest to that 100%. Sometimes you'll lose faith, but you gotta shake back and get your faith again, man. Even before I was in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Before I'm in the truth, being a wicked nigga in the back of the police car. You know what I'm saying? All type of shit in the car. Lord, please, you get me out of this situation, Lord. I'll go home and I'll go throw all this shit away right now. And I'll never do it again. All right, you free to go. You see what I'm saying? I go home, I throw all that shit away. You see what I'm saying? So it get to a point where I'm like, man, the Lord is real, man. You see what I'm saying? So, right, I pray this lesson was edifying. Shalom, on to the next.